covering Temple, McGregor, and all of Central Texas. This is Fox 44 News at 6.
Welcome back. The Baylor Bears are set to parade down Waco in just a few moments, any moments now. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Mike LaPointe for a look at the forecast. Mike, are they going to have good weather for this?
They're going to have great weather for that. We've got some hazy sunshine, temperatures right now around 80 degrees. So grab the sunglasses, make sure you've got the sunscreen on if you're not already down there. We're looking beautiful this evening, 80 degrees right now in the College Station area. Not much going on with our satellite picture. Again, some hazy sunshine across the region. This is our visible picture. The showers and thunderstorms are basically south and east right now of the College Station area over toward Lufkin, and there's another batch well off to our northwest up around Abilene. You can see what I'm talking about. Pretty quiet conditions across our area. Pretty rough stuff going on right now up toward the Wichita Falls area, and wind, not a problem whatsoever. But we are expecting some showers moving in later on tonight as well as tomorrow and the next day. On again, off again. Not everybody will see it. We'll talk about that, and we'll look at your weekend coming up in a few more minutes. But Adam, a great night for the parade.
Looking good. All right. Thank you, Mike. Baylor Bears and fans, they're lining up Austin Avenue, getting ready to congratulate the men's basketball team and get a glimpse of that huge trophy.
Yeah, it's a pretty big trophy. And Mandy Knight is live at the end of the parade route where they will be presented that trophy. And you get a Scott Drew speech, and that is my favorite thing in the world. And it can't help but get you pumped up. Mandy, how's everything looking down there?
Continue to more packed, and it's definitely, the excitement is at an all-time high. The atmosphere is pretty electrifying, and taking a look at the Baylor Bears, the fact that they actually won the NCAA tournament the year after the tournament was canceled due to COVID, it was the year that there were the most thirsty basketball fans all over the country to see the Bears do it. So it got them, of course, a lot of exposure to see Scott Drew and everything he stands for as a head coach. And now the weather out here, just like Mike said, Mike LaPointe was right on point with the weather. It's a little sunny out, some breeze, and we couldn't ask for better weather. And we will send it now to Jessica Rivera, just a few blocks down.
Mandy, as you can see right here, the street is packed with people. Now I'm going to take a step out of the way so you can take a better look at what's going on right here. People are out here early setting up their lawn chairs to find perfect spot to watch the parade. The energy here is great. People coming together, having a fun time celebrating. You can see fans of all ages here cheering on, even furry companions. Some people even traveled far to take part of this. A couple I spoke to earlier were telling me they traveled from Dallas just to come and celebrate the team winning the national title. As we continue to cover this team coverage, I'm going to toss it over to Cameron Story. Cameron, how's it looking?
Thank you, Jessica. The moment we've been waiting for, not just for the week since the Baylor men's basketball team won the national championship, but some of the people I talked to today, they've been waiting for decades, and it's coming down Austin Avenue right now. I'll step out of the way so you can drink it in a little bit. The conquering heroes are finally back in town and do get to celebrate with all their fans. Matt and Adam, quite a scene.
All right, thank you, Cameron Stewart. It was, you see a lot of people come together, Matt, and I just want to say what an amazing accomplishment the basketball team, the first national title and the first time to the Final Four in over 70 years.
Yeah, 70 years. And you think about it, it's the second men's national title ever at Baylor. The Baylor men's tennis team won back in 2004. So certainly some great momentum for Scott Drew and company. As Mandy talked about, this has been 2 years in the making. This team had a chance to do it last year, and then it got shut down because of COVID-19.
And you bring up a good point. You bring up COVID. A lot of people, this is really their first outing to come together. Since we've been getting vaccinated and the numbers are starting to go down, people are able to come together for the first time. This is a celebration on many fronts.
Absolutely. And you think about the capacity, the people that have been able to watch this team in years past, you haven't been able to. There's only been 25% capacity at the Farrell Center, which is already a small building. So people have really been having to watch this team from a long way away. If they are able to go to the Farrell Center, or we're able to go this year, they're sitting a long way away, and I can attest to that. It's a little tougher to see them up close, but yeah, it's a really exciting time for Baylor. You know, Scott Drew has done so much for this program. He's stuck around. You know, that's so admirable now in college basketball, where we see teams and players and jumping on, going to the next thing, going to the next team, going to the next program. But these players, they stuck around. They stuck with their head coach, who took over a program that was in absolute shambles. Back in the early 2000s, didn't even get to play conference games when he took over.
Right.
They were you know, again, facing NCAA sanctions, only able to play Big 12 games. They actually won a couple of those. I don't know how that happened, but really, really an impressive accomplishment for them, and certainly exciting times here in Waco to celebrate this team that was so dominant. I mean, we talked about it before. This team, one of the most dominant in college basketball history. They were just running straight through people all year long. Then COVID happens. They take a step back. They shut things down for a couple weeks. They were off for 3 weeks, and they finally were able to get back on track, get things going, and they were an absolute buzzsaw. I mean, you saw what they did to Gonzaga. People talked about Gonzaga as being the best team ever. Well, they got destroyed by what I think
not the case
is the best, one of the best teams ever, including Jackson Moffitt. Looking at you, man.
Right there.
Right there. Key piece.
That trophy. As soon as Scott Drew stepped off the plane and raised the trophy up in the air.
Yeah.
That was a big moment.
That was a really big moment. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what everybody's been waiting for. And we've seen it before with the Lady Bears. And that's the thing that, you know, this is a basketball school. I mean, Kim Mulkey built it up to be as such several years ago, around the time, just a little bit before Scott Drew got here, and the success that they have had on the men's and the women's side of things has really, really been remarkable. And the men's team, they've been knocking on the door. They've gone to Elite Eights where they've lost to the team that won the national championship. They've lost to Duke, they lost to Kentucky, and some heartbreaking games. And Scott Drew and company wondered, would they be able to push through? Would they be able to make it all the way to that final Monday night that everybody talks about? And to see them do it in the dominating fashion that they did with some guys, as I mentioned, Jared Butler, he could be in the NBA right now. Maceo Teague, decided to forego the NBA draft. You know, he has had a fantastic year, and now Davion Mitchell, probably going to be a lottery pick.
That is huge to me.
Absolutely.
Millions of dollars that they potentially gave up for school spirit and camaraderie, and you know, this team is really close to each other.
Absolutely, and they talk about the character of each other, and Scott Drew has built a team full of character guys. The leader of that team, Jared Butler, the Big 12 Player of the Year in the AP, I mean, he's a guy that teaches Sunday school on the weekends.
Right.
He teaches 2nd and 3rd grade Sunday school, and you know, these guys, it's all about the right thing. They're such an easy group to root for.
And what's their motto again? Joy, Jesus, others, yourself?
Jesus, others, yourself, yeah. A motto of joy, a team of joy that they've absolutely lived throughout this entire year. So.
And this is certainly evidence of that. Look how many people came out to pack the streets to celebrate these champions. I would imagine the men that work so hard for this are loving this.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll come cruising down through the parade route, and you know, it's going to be a celebration. You know, at the end, the culmination of everything that they've been able to do. It's been really, really impressive, and giving the fans a chance to really celebrate in that with them. They talk about the fans. Scott Drew talks about the people that came before this team. They're standing on their shoulders to win this title. So certainly an opportunity for those fans to really rejoice in that, and the joy that this team has felt. We're all going to be able to feel it here in Waco tonight, that's for sure.
That's amazing. All right, thank you, Matt. Thank you guys for watching our coverage of this. We're going to stick with it, and we mentioned the trophy earlier. It's been in this room.
Yeah.
So we're going to...
I had it before Scott Drew did.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's huge. It's scary. Trust me, I was scared to death, too close to it. But I did get to talk to the representative who takes it all around the country about how special it is that it lives now in Waco.
We're going to talk about it coming up later.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Matt. We'll be right back.